We have with us now the delightful Barbara Ashton from Barbara Ashton and Associates, our human resource diva. Human resources is such a misunderstood and obviously in many ways misaligned profession as we've moved into this new time. Barbara, can you tell us what Barbara Ashton and Associates is positioned to do today and into the future in the human resource field?
That's a great question, Peter. Thank you. And it's my pleasure to work with some truly amazing companies throughout BC and Western Alberta. We work with companies who are committed to hiring great people, and that is what I am committed to doing, is helping these businesses to find people, to grow their businesses, to win new customers and build sales.
Thank you, Barbara. And you know full well, we've discussed this before, that in this new business climate, with the economies changing so dramatically, how important is it for companies to have a service like Ashton and Associates as their human resource arm? How important is that becoming today?
I can't underestimate how important that is. In fact, a lot of companies come to me and it's the first time they've ever used a recruiting firm. What they seem to have in common is first-hand knowledge of the staggering costs associated with making the wrong hiring decision. And when you add up the costs of advertising and interviewing, lost productivity, low morale, broken relationships, and even worse, lost customers, the cost of those businesses can often exceed 10 times what they're paying people in annual salary. So the importance of using a recruiter to accurately assess behaviors, competencies, motivational drives, personalities, competencies and behaviors and qualities that are essential in helping people to determine who's a good fit for their company. That's what we do. That's what we help our employers to do.
And I've been so looking forward to asking this question, Barbara. When should a company be talking to you? When should they initiate that conversation?
Wow, that's sort of a big area there. We work with small companies and large companies, and there's really no sort of standing rule of thumb, but I would suggest that anybody who's thinking of opening up a new area, opening a new branch, going into an area that they're perhaps not familiar with and don't have the expertise to assess the types of skills that they need for that area. A company who is expanding and looking at bringing on, say, a key hire to take over management so they can succession plan and build into a new area. Those are areas that working with a recruiter are essential.
You just touched on something that's so incredibly important in today's environment with the aging population, and that is the issue about succession. So does Ashton and Associates provide an entire service around the whole succession issue?
Not a whole service around succession per se, but we certainly do help companies to structure those positions. When a business owner is replacing themselves, that's the hardest thing, of course, as you know, to do. So what we will do is help them to define the critical skills and performance benchmarks that are going to be essential for them to take over the company or position it for sale.
Now, you were an early adopter in the Rapid Time Networks world, and we appreciate that very much, but you're talking to an entire army almost of vendor affiliates. What is it that you're asking of them when it comes to relating to Ashton and Associates?
Working with Ashton and Associates recruiting is about building relationships. That's what I'm all about, and I'm committed to helping you to save tens of thousands of dollars by making sure that you hire right every time. So if you're thinking of hiring, you're unsure what to do, give me a call. I'll help you to hire right every time.
Barbara, I can only thank you very much. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you. Thank you.